All right, hello and welcome to James S. Trent Arena for tonight's MVCC Junior Varsity Basketball Game of the Week. It's going to be the Springboro Panthers, which will be all in blue, against the Fairmont Firebirds, all in white. Jared Bergstrom and Jeff Allen with you for tonight's call. Jeff, what do you think we can expect out of these two JV squads here?
Well, it's going to be a physical and tough matchup, no doubt about that, Jared. Both of these teams have been kind of worse than expected this year. Developing, they're both rebuilding their program, both fairly new coaches. Fairmont with a first-year coach in Kenny Moles, and this is their farm system, Jared. So we will kind of get to see the beginning of the future for both Fairmont and Springboro. It's going to be a very exciting, tough, and scrappy matchup.
Yeah. We're going to throw it down to the PA announcer for the starting lineups, and then we'll be back for tonight's MVCC Junior Varsity Game of the Week.
Number 3, Jalen Razor. Number 23, Parker LaVere. Number 25, Andy Amstutz. Number 33, Tank Gant. And number 44, Eli Sherwood. The Firebirds are coached by Kyle Moles with assistant coach Tim Sullivan.
It looks like it's going to be Tank Gant for the Firebirds going up against number 3, Anthony Spangler for the Panthers.
And Tank Gant, Jared's going to be one of those players to watch for the Firebirds. We watched him mow over young men during the football season. It'll see a fun translation to basketball.
And Springboro wins the opening tip.
Got Pizzuto circling the top of the key, trying to find some separation.
And a 3 on the way is no good. And an offensive rebound is going to be tracked down by Spangler. Kick over, and he throws it out of bounds. And it's going to be Firebirds' ball as Springboro turns it over.
Some unwarranted play right there. No separation attempted to be created on the 3. And now you have Razor on the inbound into Gant, back to Razor. Springboro seemingly playing a full court press right now.
Fairmont breaks the full court press. Gives it over to Sherwood, it looks like, and no, that was not Sherwood, that was Anthony Amstutz with the 2 there.
Beautiful leaning jumper there. Back to Springboro. Fairmont's JV squad coming out with some ball pressure right here in the half-court play. Jumper by Pizzuto.
No good, and Gant wrestles a board off the rim. And Fairmont up court quickly, almost no pressure by the Panthers defensively. Backdoor cut down low is no good by Parker LaVere. And an empty possession by the Firebirds there.
Almost had that contested layup. Pizzuto seems to be taking over full-time point guard duties tonight for these JV Panthers.
Down low to Greavy, and that was no good. It was stolen away by Gant. And Gant's going to bring the ball up the court, and he's going to stop, kick it out for a 3 on the way by Razor, and it's no good.
Rebound by LaVere. Pass back out. Trying to get an open 3, and they do. Amstutz is off with the shot, though.
I thought that 3 by Razor was going to fall, and it looked like it hit just the back of the rim and fell out.
They'll call a foul there. Anthony Spangler has a great body as a 6'4", 175-pound sophomore, number 3 for the Springboro Panthers.
And now Fairmont's going to come out in a full court press. And Springboro's just carelessly passing this one around here early. Pizzuto's shot is no good. And that was a heads-up play by, that was number 32, Mercado, to save it going out of bounds and threw it off of Gant.
So Mercado will be on the inbound as well, right under the rim. Trying to find some separation. Gets it into Fry in the corner. Good pass to Anthony Spangler. Contested layup. Wow.
What goes through the contact and gets the bucket to fall.
How about the body control for the big man? And LaVere pivoting, getting it back out to the top of the key. Gant scanning the offense. He dribbles in. Almost sets up the three. Another pump fake. Pass cross court. Picked off by Evan Fry, and that's an easy layup.
Easy layup for Fry there in transition. And Springboro takes their first lead of the game.
Razor driving. Fairmont trying to make some things happen quickly off of the transition.
In back-to-back turnovers for the Firebirds. And now they're in trouble. Springboro's finally getting the ball into the paint.
Fairmont kind of rushing things now here, Jared. 4-2 Panthers. They got the upper hand. Evan Fry, open spot up three, and that's down. Fry with 5 of the Panthers' 7 so far. Oh, excuse me, that was Chase Greavy.
Razor's shot is good as it touches every part of the rim.
Razor in with the basket now, gives it back to Springboro. Number 5 again is Chase Greavy, excuse me. And that's little brother of Connor and son of Norm, legendary UD player, Jared.
Sherwood's gonna shoot the three, he's wide open, no good. And Fairmont still unable to find anything from the three-point shot. 0 for 3 here early.
Pizzuto gets it to Mercado. Mercado scans and he shoots. Off with the mid-range jumper, though. That gets it into Razor in transition. Springboro's doing an excellent job in getting back in transition and limiting Fairmont's open opportunities. Razor gets it down. That is number 44 on the basket, Eli Sherwood. He played some freshman minutes. He's one of those Firebirds with a lot of promise.
Springboro almost loses it out of bounds there, and Tank Gant intercepts that pass. He's going to go all the way in, and he's going to lay it off the glass for an easy fast break layup to take the lead back to, or give the lead back to the Firebirds.
How about watching him in transition, the way he runs, Jared? But just a poor decision made by Evan Fry. Cut at the wrong time when Greavy was passing it to him, and that's what created that fast break opportunity. Dish out to Mercado, spot up three, bang.
And Springboro's 2 for 2 for 3 so far. So they are doing a whole lot better. Fairmont's still 0 for 4 to start the game from behind the arc.
Already 5 minutes through this fast-paced first quarter.
Kicks it over to Razor. Razor's guarded heavily. Get back over to Sherwood. He's going to run baseline. Kicks it out for a 3 from Levere, and his 3 is no good. And I think that's going to be an over the back on Gant for the Firebirds.
And Tank almost had the offensive rebound opportunity. Just made a little too much contact.
That's the team's first and his, or team second and his first. Now you're going to see Fairmont on the inbound out of a dead ball, no pressure.
Springboro will bring in number 1, Jaden Williams for them. Fairmont will bring in Braden Hicks, as well as Jaden Razor.
Looks like Fry was going to shot a 3, no good.
Over the back from Fry, trying to swipe at the ball. Good awareness by Jalen Razor to kind of box him out while swooping down. And Jared, we saw Clarence Razor on the JV squad last year. Now we get to see his 2 little brothers, Jaden and Jalen. And surprisingly, Razor looked good last year, but now he's not even on the varsity team. His little brother, Jalen, is. So that just gives you some perspective of how good those 3 boys are. Transfers from Trotwood. And everyone knows how competitive basketball is down there. A good reason to come up to Fairmont.
Fairmont trying to break the 2-3 zone and does. Gets a backdoor cut on number 35, Braden Hicks.
Sherwood with a beautiful pass, drawing the defense in.
And Fairmont and Springboro trading buckets for buckets the last couple possessions.
Look at that angle right on the floor. Evan Fry at the top of the key.
3 from Fry is no good.
That's actually Greavy.
Oh, they changed numbers.
No, I convinced you. I convinced you it was Evan Fry. Williams scanning, goes baseline, still looking for a way out. Number 52, Ayush Parmar with the bucket. A good frame from a sophomore right there. Here you go, Razor trying to find a seam. Sherwood with the 3, and it's off.
Gant does get the rebound.
Tank Gant, what toughness and tenacity.
3 from Harbrick. It was no good.
Parmar with the defensive rebound, gives it to Williams. Williams leading the fast break, but they'll stop them from a fast break bucket, and that ends the fast-paced first quarter, Jared. How about that?
It's definitely, I mean, Fairmont started out strong. I mean, granted, they only led 2-0 for most of the quarter, but their defense and their 2-3 or 3-2 system was giving Springboro fits, but Springboro got the outside game to work, and Fairmont 0 for 5 from 3 in the quarter is something that they're going to have to work on.
And I know that's 7 minutes, Jared, but it kind of felt like 5.
Right, that one was very quick. Only 3 fouls called in the quarter, so not much stoppage of clock.
Right now, Springboro looking really well, dictating their game with their decision making.
You see head coach Brandon Yost there in the Springboro huddle. And so I think Springboro will start this quarter, and I think Fairmont will start this quarter with the ball. So we'll see how the Firebirds react. I mean, they had 3 turnovers in the last 5 possessions of that quarter, so definitely something that
we saw a lot of promise in the Panthers' spot-up shooting. It was much more efficient than you see usually at this level. Now Fairmont's Junior Varsity head coach Kyle Moles will bring these Firebirds out to begin this second quarter. It'll be thrown into Jalen Razor. The Razors did not hit a shot, took a lot of them last quarter. Jalen kick out to Jaden. Jaden puts it around the perimeter to Quinton. Jaden Razor.
Over to Hicks now, back to Razor.
Back to Razor.
Down low to, that is Soder. Soder is one that splits time between Junior Varsity and Varsity as well.
Yeah, sensational guard slash forward. Really has a well-developed basketball IQ. You see there on the baseline drive, using his body.
Shot no good there by Parmar.
Razor running the fast break. Finally get a fast break opportunity. Will they take advantage of it?
3 was airballed on that one.
Way off. Looks a little disappointed as he goes back in transition there. Jaden Williams, the lead ball handler now.
Razor went for the steal there and almost got it, almost gets it twice, and it's going to go to the Firebirds as Razor forces the turnover there.
Yeah, bad decision by Caleb Swartz there, trying to go up with what appears to be the superior athlete and Razor. Soder trying to penetrate. Razor with the 3, that's Jaden, and no good once again.
And it looks like it's gonna go to the Panthers, it looks like. Or no, it's gonna stay with the Firebirds.
Those boys have thrown up a lot of 3s tonight, haven't hit one of them yet. Jalen trying to get it in, and he does. That'll be Hicks passing it back out to the Razors. And it seems like a common theme, Jared. This Fairmont Firebirds offense runs through the Razor boys. And that might be part of the problem as Springboro is adjusting to that strategy. It's another turnover by the Firebirds. Panthers, Firebirds 12-12 as Williams brings it up now. Circling the perimeter. Springboro has a lot of reserves in now.
Shot's no good. Rebound wrestled there by number 23, Levere. Up court to Razor, and I think he traveled.
And yet another turnover for the Fairmont Firebirds.
That's 5 so far in the game, and that's another back-to-back possessions. And that's something Fairmont, they can't string possessions together.
You see that replay? I think it was an offensive foul, actually, when the arm came up On the hop step now, Jaden Williams bringing it down with speed for the Panthers.
And he turns it over. The Panthers, their second turnover this quarter. Soder's going to bring it up court over to Razor. And Williams gets back on him quickly on the defensive end. LaVere goes through contact and doesn't get the bucket to fall. Parmar finally corrals the rebound.
How about the hustle from Tank Gant? You see that guy flying through the lanes.
Parmar pull-up from the free throw line is no good. Soder with another rebound.
Ryan Soder really excels at getting this team going in transition as he draws the foul. No.
They called him for a travel. It looked like he jumped too many steps into the paint.
And the calls are really haunting Fairmont so far tonight.
Yeah, 3 turnovers, 2 out of the last 4 possessions. And the Firebirds are lucky that they're still tied with the Panthers.
Yeah, Panthers are rushing their possessions too so far here in the second quarter. This game seems to be flying by.
Williams almost had it poked away, but corralled by the Panthers. And that one's another turnover for the Panthers.
Evan Russo tried to kick it out there, just not on the same page. Panthers have
They're going too quick for themselves right now.
Yeah, there's been several miscues tonight just by rushing the offensive possessions. Razor bringing it down, just an awful pass. He telegraphed that one from the half court.
And that foul's going to be on Jaden Razor, number 5, his first, team's third of the half.
And a lot of frustration oozing off of the faces of Fairmont's players right now. I think Moles just told him something from the sideline. You see that reassuring look now.
Guarded heavily by Shearwood.
Dylan Jones kicks out to Williams. Williams trying to get it going on the perimeter.
Kicked ball called against Jaden Razor. And now you're going to see Pizzuto come back in for the Panthers.
And I think having a consistent ball handler was really essential for their start to the game. I think Pizzuto will work wonders for them right here.
Kick over in there. He went to pass it, and there was nobody over there in the corner for him to pass it to.
Parmar driving. Tries to get the give and go going. Pizzuto passing it to Russo. Drop step, fade away, and that's in. Beautiful look on the glass. Nice post moves. Evan Russo, the 5'11 freshman. LaVere to Soder. Soder looking down low. And Springboro deflects another pass.
And that was close to a backcourt violation. I don't know if Razor realized how close he was to the line or not. Gant thought he was going to spot up and shoot it from just inside the arc. Soder trying to get separation. Down low to LaVere. LaVere kicks over. Shearwood in the corner for 3. It's good as the Firebirds hit their first 3 of the game. They were 1 for 7 from that point.
And that's the 4th time he's taken that spot up 3, Jared. You're starting to wonder if he had it in his arsenal, and he definitely does. Efficient shot by Shearwood. Very aesthetic.
And now you see here in the replay.
Spots up perfectly.
And the net barely moves on that one. And now you see Fairmont coming back into live basketball. They're going to come out with a full court press. And Springboro breaks it, but not without some risky passes. And a travel there.
You're not expecting that for what has been the leader of their junior varsity squad so far, Jacob Pizzuto. Some high pressure situations leading to some miscues on offense. Fairmont with some very consistent ways to create separation.
Gant down low, shot off the glass is good for his his second bucket of the game.
Great play design. The interior defense kind of forgot about Tank Gant.
Now Springboro's going to whip it around. Oh, they're going to shoot it. And that one was good.
It's Evan Russo once again. A very skilled finish around the rim. 5'11 freshman, number 30. Fairmont on offense. Razor drives inside on 2 defenders, and it goes nowhere. Ryan Soder almost created another turnover. Pizzuto up court to Parmar. Give and go right here. Nope. Stripped by Tank Gant. Tremendous hustle. really a miscue right there.
As we approach a minute left, and like you mentioned, this is a very quick half of basketball, especially for the JV level. Zier backs in, kicks it out to Parmar. His shot is no good. Razor corrals the rebound. Up court to Sherwood. What a save going out of bounds to Gant.
Tank Gant tries to cross over, cross-court pass.
Soder pulls in, pulls up from the right block, and it's no good. Gant on the board, no good on the putback, but he's fouled, and he's going to go to the line for 2.
Man, Tank's motor is something else, Jared. This kid does not stop. What do you do if you lack some depth in your JV big man? You recruit your starting running back. Tank Gant, another impressive play tonight. Misses the free throw. And you see that raw athleticism and effort, but he really lacks that skill.
Mm-hmm. And it might, like you said, just a recruitment to try and come play basketball to fill as a big man.
And look at his arms. Just a physical specimen.
And that one hung up on a rim. Soder, though, rips it, and he loses it out of bounds. And so actually, that was Lavier.
Almost Firebirds ball again. 47 seconds to go in this first half, Jared. It has been flying by. These kids are playing their hearts out right now.
Williams guarded by Soder. And Sherwood knocked it away, and he knocked it out of bounds, so it's going to stay with the Panthers. 37.8 seconds left.
Great defense by the long and wiry Eli Sherwood. Been showing off his skill tonight. Dylan Jones looking for an outlet. Finds Fry, tries to go up, slips. Luke Zier off with the shot. He has been impressive tonight.
28 seconds left, and Fairmont has got to get it across half court. And timeout called by the Fairmont coach.
Yeah, Kyle Moles kind of recognized that. Good thing he did. Saved his team a whole possession.
25.6 seconds left. So you're going to take a look here into the Springboro huddle. What does Fairmont have to do? I mean, obviously, you would think they're going to hold on for the last ball.
Easily, yeah. I think I'm definitely anticipating for them to try to contain this last shot, Jared. If they see something they like, they're obviously going to take it, but I'm anticipating a Fairmont drawn-up play right here. Try to get an open 3.
I was about to say, do you dare take the 3? 1 for 7 1 for 8 now in the game.
Definitely have been inefficient, but a lot of the times these Fairmont teams live and die by the 3-pointer.
Right.
So
the only way to get out of a slump is to shoot your way out.
So I definitely think they have a drawn-up play for a 3. I really think the Moles brothers, they believe in their guys. You know, I think that's one of their best attributes as coaches. They're going to believe in them once again.
Soder's going to bring the ball up across half court. 21 seconds left and counting. Now Springboro's going to pull out a double team. And Sherwood was shoved there. The refs are letting a lot of contact go. 10 seconds left. Gant kicks it over. Lavier for 3. It is no good. Offensive board for Sherwood. And the putback is good.
Eli Sherwood as the clock runs out.
And that is how your first half will end in our MVCC Junior Varsity Game of the Week. Fairmont leading 19-16. All right, here we go. Just about ready to kick off the second half of our MVCC Junior Varsity Game of the Week. Kettering Fairmont is leading by 3, 19-16 over the visiting Springboro Panthers. Jeff, what does Springboro have to work on coming out of the halftime to get back into this game? I mean, only down 3 in such a fast-paced game the way that first half went.
Well, I think it comes down to simply patience, honestly, Jared. When the Fairmont defense is disciplined, but to a certain extent, you can pass that ball around and wait for a mistake to happen amongst that Fairmont defense. If you pass the ball around enough, they're going to eventually get confused, and there's going to be a leak. This is JV basketball. I think they just have to slow down their offense and wait for that leak. They're taking way too many rushed and contested jumpers. They're a really good jump shooting team, especially for the junior varsity level, but I think they need to work the ball around a little bit more.
And here we go. Springboro set to inbound, and we are underway for the second half of our Junior Varsity Game of the Week.
And that kid right there definitely needs to step up. Jacob Pizzuto is doing some good passing, good all-around basketball play the first half, but needs to score a little bit more for sure.
Greavy shot no good. I think that was kind of forced. It looked like. Razor up court. Razor kicks it over down to Sherwood. Back out to Tank. He's going to shoot. I think his foot was on the line, but it's no good either way. That was Tank intercepts that one.
This kid is something else.
Down low to Levere, and his shot is off the glass and good.
He just out-athlete them.
You going to coin that term?
Yeah, it was just, the shot looked like it didn't have much mechanics in it, but then he goes and gets the steal and earns an extra possession. How about that effort? And here we go, Springboro moving the ball around, pass inside to Zier. He has been
nice kick out to Greavy. He's going to shoot a 3, and it's no good. Gant with another board.
Guy's a machine. Razor driving in, athletic.
And gets the bucket to fall. Drove in on Zier. And Fairmont has extended their lead out now to 7.
If the Razor kids get going, Springboro has no hope at all, Jared. Pizzuto
going to square up from 3. That's no good. Sherwood with the rebound.
Evan Fry rushing another shot. Razor driving, passes the defense. Oh my goodness.
What a drive to the basket and score there for Razor.
Fairmont has come out and decided to win with their athleticism.
And so far they are proving it here early. First couple possessions are physical drives to the basket. Zier spin moves, and he gets the bucket to fall. Big man can shoot an open jumper.
This kid is tremendous, Jared. This is his 3rd post move shot of the night. I did not think I'd be seeing this kind of skill from Springboro's JV team.
Now you see Sherwood outguarded by Greavy. Down low to Gant. Sherwood's going to square up from 3, and it's no good. Williams comes up with the rebound.
Williams so fast, down the fast break.
And Sherwood went to swat at it, and I think he got all the backboard and a little bit of the body, and he's going to go to the line for the and 1.
Good effort by Sherwood. He tried to hang in the air, but Jaden Williams, how about that hang time? Just outlasted Sherwood's length.
Springboro's first attempt to the free throw line in the game here.
Williams was an explosive blur down the court that time. He earned these free throws.
Free throw is no good. Gant wrestling down another board. Razor drives in, almost traveled, kicks out. Soder I thought was going to take the 3. Razor will shoot the 3, and it's nothing but nylon.
Goodness, this kid is catching fire now. He had a lot of shot attempts, kind of forcing his hand in the first half, but he's letting his game flow now, Jared.
And that one, an errant pass. It looked like Williams was intending Greavy to cut in, and he didn't, and he just threw it in between him and I think that was Fry.
And at the half, I said that Springboro needed to slow it down, but it looks like they cannot keep up with Fairmont's speed, ironically now.
Sherwood down low, off the glass, no good. Rebound, put back, no good. And another offensive rebound and a put back for Sherwood.
And the pure effort from the freshman. He has had a great game today. Fairmont's leading scorer so far.
He's had a great third quarter, 6 points in the quarter for Sherwood. And Springboro calls a 30-second timeout. And really, they have to. Fairmont is outscoring them 11-4.
And you saw Greavy, number 5, behind them trying to swat it away, but the size difference was just so enormous there. And Sherwood's skill is very prevalent, Jared. He is a freshman on this team, and he has appeared as one of the best players.
At 5'11", as a freshman, I'm surprised he's not in the starting JV role. But getting his minutes here in this game and him basically having probably close to a double-double already will probably be a knock for the head coach to look at for JV to maybe pull him up.
Yeah, definitely. Fairmont's flashing some serious potential here.
And that's a good glimmer of hope in a rebuilding process.
Zier with the spin
move. Move into the paint, but Gant comes in and crashes the boards once again. Sherwood kicks it over to Razor. Razor over to Gant.
Fairmont doing a really good job of filling the lanes.
Gant whips it over to Soder, back to Gant. He's going to drive in, hop steps into the paint, no good, but it's going to stay with the Firebirds.
I think it was deflected.
Off of Zier is what I would assume.
Either Zier or Spangler, they were both down there, and Gant was kind of falling. So I thought it was going to be a foul or out of bounds on Springboro. Razor trying to get it inside.
Inbound, or gets it inside, or inbounded to Levere. And a foul called, I believe that was on number 1, Jaden Williams.
Good job by Am Stutz, forcing Williams to get physical there on the defense. An 11-4 third quarter for Fairmont so far has been remarkable. Razor with the step back. That was nasty.
But look at Gant going for the offensive board, and he gets it, and I think it's going to stay with the Firebirds.
And Tank Gant is a never-ending motor. Oh, my goodness. This kid is entertaining to watch. It's like an undeveloped Kenneth Fareed in Junior Varsity High School.
Who is that?
Sherwood to Gant.
Sherwood drives through contact.
Cannot complete the give and go. Jaden Williams almost starts the fast break, but they will slow it down wisely here.
Zier with a move into the paint, has it poked away, but corrals it. Zier kicks it out to
Mercado.
Mercado.
Seems like they really want to force the hand with Zier here, and they do.
Gant comes up with the rebound, gives it up, and now they're going to give it off to Razor on a backdoor. No good, but they're going to call him for a blocking foul against Springboro.
I think it's a good call there. I don't think he didn't set his feet.
Yeah, I was going to say the feet did not look set. Foul was on. It was not number 1. That's what they still have up on the scoreboard. I believe that might have been either 30 or 32. It might.
Oh, that was Anthony Spangler, actually, number 3.
That'll be Spangler's first, team's second of the half.
It's a very fast-paced game. Fairmont has set the tone, and it seemed like they were rushing at first, but in third quarter, their plan started to slowly succeed and unravel. Now they got Razor at the line for 2, and this is the first one.
Fairmont missed both free throw attempts earlier in the second quarter. Neither team has made a free throw yet in the game.
Yeah, the Firebirds are doing an excellent job at dictating the pace. As Razor makes his second, 1 of 2 there on that trip.
Razor now has 10 points in the game.
Pizzuto pass to Mercado. He tries to get inside. Yeah.
Kicks it over. Spangler, a lot of contact. I'm surprised that it wasn't called. And you see head coach Brandon Yost was livid that it wasn't called, but it was just incidental.
Mercado trying to create some separation. Cannot get past the long arms of Eli Sherwood. Excellent defense by Fairmont, but it'll be a foul, Jared.
That one's going to be on number 5, Jaden Razor. That'll be his second, team's second of the half.
tad too physical there. See Mercado.
Mercado pulls up from the free throw line. That's no good. But an offensive board for the Panthers, and they dribble out.
Spangler kicks out to Mercado.
Mercado kicks over to Parmar.
Spangler down low. He's going to go for it with the mismatch. Beautiful help defense there by Parker Levier. He comes over and causes the disruption. Spangler trying to take advantage of Razor down low and the size mismatch. But Levier really prevents that.
Razor gets the inbounds pass, and he's going to run up court behind the back. Nice move there. Kicks over to his brother, Jaden, and he shoots the three, and it's no good.
Gorgeous ball handling there by Razor.
Spangler with a move down low to Parmer. And Parmer's going to keep it, drive into the paint, and gets the hook shot to fall.
Fantastic deception.
Springboro coming back out and playing that looks like a full court press.
Yeah, I don't think it's a good idea, especially with the pace what the Firebirds have been playing at. But we'll see. Really getting their spacing in this possession. Sherwood with the drive.
Off the glass and good. What a move by Sherwood. Drive into the paint.
That leaves him with 11-4 in this quarter. 33-22. The clock running down here in the third quarter. Firebirds lead. Pizzuto with the pass in the lane. Gets deflected. Firebirds fast break once again.
Up court to Razor from Razor.
Broken record, Jared. Broken record. That right there has been the story of this third quarter.
Kick over. Pizzuto looked like he was going to take the three. He will there. Three is no good, but the offensive board is put right back, and I think he was fouled on the shot.
And Springboro just looks out of key in this quarter, Jared. There have been several miscues on off-ball movements. We've seen 4 guys clustered up in the same area multiple times. This doesn't look like they're on the same page.
That foul was on number 35, Braden Hicks. First free throw is no good for Spangler. Second one is good, so Springboro makes their first free throw of the game.
Almost an excellent steal.
And the refs are going to signal that it is Springboro or Fairmont ball. Maybe if we take a look at that replay, maybe we can see if we saw anything different.
Dylan Jones almost has it. 1.9 seconds left. Razor up to Sherwood. Ball's in play. He launches it. I definitely think that's a foul, but the refs overlook it.
And end of the third quarter there.
A very odd end. I definitely thought that was a foul.
Fairmont stretches its lead out to 13 or 12. So what is Springboro almost seems like they have to slow the game down a little bit to try and work themselves back into this game.
Yeah, I said that at the beginning of the third quarter, and it just proved right there. Fairmont is playing at another pace right now, and Springboro is just not capable of handling it. The first half was very entertaining. It was very high octane.
They kept it close.
Yeah, but in the third quarter was just brutal.
So we got 7 minutes of basketball left. Let's see if Springboro can make some sort of a comeback.
Yeah, this is a really rough deficit for JV basketball. You see Fairmont's huddle there.
Well, we started the year off with a very entertaining girls junior varsity game earlier this week. Let's see if Springboro can maybe tighten it up a little bit and get closer.
I don't think anything can surpass that animosity, Jared.
Between the
that stuff
two
was
games
incredible.
that we kicked off the season with, a nail-biting 3-point win for Fairmont in junior varsity and a 4-point win in varsity for both of the Firebird squads. And now Fairmont looks like they're...
Oh, Razor just misses it. So close.
And see, this is where Springboro has to trade offense for defense. A 3 on the way, no good. That's not really where you want to settle.
Zier with an incredible offensive rebound and a 3, trying to follow it up, and it's just off. Springboro really would have swung the momentum with that move.
If they could have made either of those 3, kicked ball. But that's where you need to settle down. Don't rush the shot. I mean, it's just the start of the fourth quarter. You're only down 12. It's only a handful of buckets and stops if you can get it.
Yeah, I think Luke Zier just really felt it.
Hicks on the inbound. His shot's no good. Offensive board kicked out to Razor and almost poked away by Williams.
Soder penetrates, kicks to Hicks.
In the rebound, or the ball rims out and goes over to the Panthers. Williams going to drive into the paint, kicks it back out to Zier, and Zier will turn it. No, it's still corralled by the Panthers. What a save by Zier.
But the effort by Parker LaVere forcing that pressure. Number 23 was coming hard.
Ball was poked away by Razor.
And these inexperienced ball handlers at Springboro having trouble dealing with this perimeter defense.
Zier into the paint, and he gets the bucket and the foul.
And Luke Zier has been the star player for this junior varsity squad. He does play varsity minutes, but he has just looked on another level tonight down low.
That foul was on Jalen Razor, number 3, his second, team's 4th.
And they're going to have to collapse on that. That has been haunting them all night. Luke Zier, obviously younger brother of Logan Zier, the very solid big man a couple years ago.
Free throw's no good.
Razor trying to handle the fast break, but I think it's going to be a timeout by head coach Kyle Moles.
Yeah, I think Fairmont called a full timeout there. Springboro's got it to 10, and they've gotten 3 stops in a row to start this quarter for the Fire, or against on defense. So now it's just they got to keep the defense going, but they can't settle for open threes that the Firebirds are letting them have. They got to drive into the paint, and they're only 3 fouls away from getting to the free throw line on every one now.
Yeah, and honestly at this level, Jared, it's really mostly about momentum. Who can take advantage of the biggest momentum swings? And I think Springboro needs a huge play right here. If they get a huge play, they can slowly start to fight back in this game in the last 5 minutes. But if the momentum doesn't change hard and fast, this is going to be a one-track game.
So 5:35 left in the game. Only a 10-point game, so it's not insurmountable.
Moles' squad is going to come up with a strategy, try to fend off Springboro. And right now, if they can get the ball and transition, they're going to run rampant. That has proved to be the strategy this game. You'll see Soder, Sherwood, Braden Hicks, Parker LaVere, and Jalen Razor out there for the Firebirds. Soder splits the defense, pass to the corner.
Hicks up to Sherwood now.
And they reset. I think a lot of what the Firebirds are going to do within the next few minutes, Jared, just
Soder with a move to the basket.
Yeah, I think Fairmont's really just going to find the best shot, take as much time as they need to.
Zier gets the shot up, and they call him for a travel.
And that is bittersweet. They have really been cracking down on those travels this year, Jared.
And head coach Yost is livid on the sideline.
See Soder splitting 4 defenders.
And I think they're going to call the foul there on number 12 for the Panthers, Cullen Downing. Soder inbounds it to Razor.
It's Eli Sherwood now over to Soder. And finally running this offense nice and smooth. Scanning their options and making a decision one pass at a time.
I think this is the most time that the Firebirds have ever taken off the game clock on a possession in this game.
Yeah, this game has been very fast-paced. Wise of the Firebirds to slow it down now with a 12-point lead.
Soder drives in, kicks it all the way out to almost the half court to Razor.
Nice conservative basketball here.
Sherwood now. Sherwood tries to, and he gets it over to Soder. Back over to Razor. Sherwood has the paint if he wanted it. He lost the ball. Gives it over to Hicks. Razor shoots the three, and I don't think that they get the offensive board. Sherwood or Hicks shoots up from just inside the arc. That shot's no good.
Hicks misses another one. Logan Zier with the spin move. Luke Zier, excuse me.
And he gets his own miss, follows his miss, and puts it back, cuts it back to 10, but 3:45 left.
He's made the difference in this second half as Soder races down the court. Soder driving.
And they're going to call, I think, Downing again for another foul.
Yeah, I think he drew the hand check there while trying to drive baseline. And here comes for the last 3.5 minutes stretch, Tank Gant wallowing back in.
They pulled him out relatively early in the first quarter, so maybe they might be saving him for some varsity action if he needs to. Inbound goes to Gant, and I think that was supposed to go to Sherwood, but he just got in front of it. Now Razor takes the Sherwood screen. Sherwood can't get him.
A good stop.
And they're going to call an over and back. Fairmont's first turnover of the quarter. But Springboro, if they can get a bucket here, it's only single digits.
Yeah, Chase Greavy was a pest right there. Definitely forced that turnover. And they'll look to Zier again.
Williams has it, guarded by Razor. Gives it down low to Zier. Zier
on Levier.
Dribbles in, kicks out, shot off the glass is no good. Gant with another board. Gant up court to Razor. Razor off the glass is good.
These guys are just feeling it right now. Sherwood, Tank Gant, and Jalen Razor have been the people to hammer it home tonight. I know we don't get stats for JV, but how many rebounds do you think Tank Gant has at this point in the game, Jared?
I would say at least 15 the way he's been in there, and he hasn't even been in there the full game.
Yeah, he has been an animal. Really, I think they should throw him. They should switch him and Levier. Get a talented defender on Zier.
Greavy draws the foul, so he'll go to the line to shoot two.
Good job by Greavy drawing the contact with his motion. We've seen a lot of potential from him tonight.
Between Greavy and Zier, they're definitely the highlights of this JV squad for the Panthers. And both younger brothers that have had good careers for the Panthers.
Here you see Greavy missed the first one.
Second one is up and no good. But an offensive board. Zier off the glass is good.
Wow, beautiful work by Spangler snatching that one. And then passing it to Zier for the beautiful look. Now that cuts the deficit to 10 after two missed free throws. Two tough free throws there for Chase Greavy.
That's where if you could have hit that front one and got it back, you got it back down to 9. It's just a few fundamental mistakes that the Panthers have made, and it's really just they're going too fast for themselves. The offense that they're trying to run is too fast compared to what the ability that they can run.
There you see the Fairmont huddle again. Saw a lot of the Springboro huddle in the first half and kind of switched it over. Kyle Moles leading it down there. Firebirds really just need to do what they are doing, Jared. We had this conversation 3 minutes ago, and still not much of a change.
Not changed. It's still a 10-point game. Fairmont's balls, and you would think Springboro would put more pressure up on the inbound pass. They're not putting any pressure on the inbound pass.
Yeah, actually they are. Oh, not on the inbounder himself.
And Fairmont throws it away. Well, no, they almost threw it away. Heads up play by Schroeder.
Oh, my
and
goodness.
Sherwood finishes it.
And that kid has so much potential. We've talked about him so many times tonight. Zier for 3, contested. And it's going to be Fairmont's ball after the Gant rebound. Assertive on the boards. Razor down the court. And here we go, another broken record moment. 43-29. Firebirds coming out firing. And another steal for the Firebirds. That's going to be a foul on Pizzuto. And this game is just about over already, Jared, with 2 minutes left in the fourth.
Right, that's a quick swing and possession of 6 points.
And those are the kind of plays that the Springboro Panthers needed, but instead the Firebirds will get to kind of most likely close out this game. So waiting for the call right there.
So apparently there was no foul on Pizzuto like we thought. And maybe it was an offensive foul, or maybe he stepped out of bounds. He was running right up along the baseline, Soder was, but
all we know is it's Panthers ball.
Right.
Spangler drives in to his point guard, Pizzuto.
Shot is good, high off the back of the iron. Pizzuto's shot, but it's a 12-point game. And if you're Springboro, you can't let them break that press. Razor's three was blocked. Williams put that 6 rows into the stands.
Soder did a good job of breaking that trap, though. He really initiated that possession. Amstruts will come in late here for Razor, and I think that's Fairmont sitting on the game right there. There are no Razors in the game.
Turnover. It's going to stay with the Firebirds, actually, just poked out of bounds.
Deflection by Luke Zier. Yet another impressive play by number 30. Firebirds inbounding under their rim.
Gets it into Sherwood. Over to Levere, back to Sherwood.
Fairmont's just going to try to run it out here. Springboro really needs to come with the off-ball pressure.
Gant's going to get the ball. Gant off the glass, no good. And Gant somehow comes up with his own board.
This kid is ridiculous. Soder drives, foul on number 14, Jacob Pizzuto. That'll be his first of the night. Fairmont with the inbound.
Inbound to Gant, off the glass is good, and Gant gets his 3rd bucket of the evening.
Six points, but perhaps a little over 15 rebounds. Tank Gant has had such a night. Jaden Williams crossover 3, nothing but air.
What a shot. Well, the putback wasn't any good, but good shot selection there by the Panthers. And Gant, I think, traveled. And it looked like he slid.
And you see the awkward motions and the way he dribbles the ball, but he has loads of potential just from his physical frame, Jared. And Jordan Harbeck will come in for the Firebirds for the first time tonight.
And so will number 10, Logan Adams.
Getting some crunch time minutes in. Fairmont feels like they got this game right now.
Gant inbound under the basket. Shot is good. And Gant, he could get himself a double-double if he hurries.
1 minute left. Springboro finally, I wouldn't say finally, they're showing some urgency again. It's kind of what hurt them in the end. Is
Gant was calling for the open. He wants that double-double. But I think Fairmont looks like they're going to, well, no, they're going to shoot the 3. That's no good. Gant, board, put back, and he's having himself a double-double.
6 crunch time buckets to put Fairmont Firebirds out of reach for the Panthers. The seconds are ticking down. Pizzuto hits an amazing 3, and I bet the coach wondering where was that at?
We're going for a just stat filler, and look at Zier swatting it away with 12 seconds left.
And he appeared to play with the depth role player that is Harbeck. Hasn't been in much this season. Season open look, and he just lets him believe what he wants to believe. Harbeck inbounds to Soder, and I believe Soder will pass the ball, and he'll hold on to it.
Do it. In a tightly contested first half in our MVCC Junior Varsity Game of the Week, Fairmont pulls away in the second half and wins by 15 to a final score of 49-34. an interesting JV game. Let's hope that the varsity squads can step it up.
Yeah, what an appetizer, Jared. It was very entertaining.
Jared Bergstrom and Jeff Allen for you watching on Facebook. We'll be back for the varsity game.